6 months later, Trump's Iran war is creating crises far beyond the Middle East. 6 months after President Donald Trump launched military action against Iran, what he once described as a short excursion has turned into a much larger crisis. The conflict has brought devastating consequences for people in Iran and across the Middle East. It has also contributed to higher costs for consumers around the world. And despite months of fighting, Trump's goals remain unclear and largely unfulfilled. The original demands reportedly included Iranian surrender, regime change, and an end to Iran's nuclear ambitions. Now, the focus appears to have shifted toward reopening the Strait of Hormuz and limiting Iran's nuclear program. But the consequences of the conflict are spreading far beyond the Middle East. In Ukraine, weapons and missile interceptors that could have been used against Russian attacks have reportedly been redirected to the Middle East. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said his country had only a fraction of the interceptor missiles it urgently needed. Meanwhile, the disruption of global oil markets has created another problem. Higher energy prices pushed the Trump administration to ease some restrictions on Russian oil exports, potentially giving Moscow more money to continue its war in Ukraine. The effects are also being felt in Asia. The United States reduced some military exercises with South Korea, while missile defense systems were reportedly moved toward the Middle East. At the same time, the USS George Washington was deployed away from the Pacific, leaving the United States without an aircraft carrier in the region for an uncertain period. That could raise concerns among American allies as tensions continue involving China, Taiwan, and the South China Sea. Analysts warn that America's global rivals may be closely watching. They could study how the United States responds during the Iran conflict and use those lessons in future crises. For now, no new major global conflict has erupted, but the foundations of global security may be weakening. The longer the Iran war continues, the greater the risk that its consequences will spread even further. What began as a short excursion could ultimately reshape conflicts and power struggles across the entire world.